it's my pleasure to introduce the man I respected for many years, Mr. Richard Nixon.
First and foremost, I would like to introduce the governor. And second, I would like to introduce to my beautiful wife and my fellow colleague.
So for our panelists today, we have Mr. Joe Black, a media analyst. For our second panelist, we have Mr. Kenny A. Burt, our news columnist. Our third panelist, we have Mr. Tyler Buck, a professor of Clark University. And for our fourth panelist, we have former Governor McConney from Texas.
So we'll begin with the first panelist.
Thank you for having me tonight, Mr. Nixon. So my first question would be, if there was anything that's different now compared to old Nixon, what would it be?
So Mr. Black, I think there's a lot of things different for me from the last time I was here. And I guess one of them is I'm a bit wiser now, like you guys can see. But in all seriousness, though, I have really taken into account of what the population needs or what our civilians need in this campaign, and I'm trying to reflect that a lot and actually help each one of you guys. I have also taken into account that it's not just me wanting to become president, but me wanting to help you guys. And I think that's what really changed from the last campaign, in which I guess the last time some people could say that I was just me waking up and wanting to be president, but not anymore. I've learned from my lesson, and now I'm here to help everyone and listen to everyone's problems, and that's why I should be elected for office, because I will be the voice of the people.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Nixon. My question to you today is, how do you plan on stopping institutionalized racism?
So first I would start with the police, and I believe they're the first initial responders of any incident, and it has been seen that they typically target Black African Americans, but and also I would like to help everyone, not just a certain group, because I believe everyone has some sort of injustice in their life, and I believe that we have to fix that. And in order to fix that, I believe I should be chosen to office.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Nixon. I was wondering what programs you were planning on cutting funding to.
Thank you, Mr. Tyler Buck, for another very important question. And I believe there's a lot of spending that's very unnecessary in this in the current system. And one of the spendings that I would like to cut is some programs that deals with poverty. And I believe like many of those programs are very unproductive, and they're just used to make money and just for the upper class to make money. And I believe if we cut those funds and use it into something very productive, we could fix the system and overall fix the poverty of the cities and distribute the wealth among our people. Thank you for having me, Mr. Nixon. So my question was, how are you planning on distributing wealth to the lower class? Thank you for another very important question from Mr. Former Governor McConney. And I think I would cut taxes on the wealthiest people of our nation, so they are able to create more businesses and create more jobs to the lower class, and therefore distributing this wealth that these people gain, and therefore benefiting the lower class, and therefore benefiting the whole country.
Well, thank you for those brilliant responses, Mr. Nixon. I can't wait for you to win this election and make America great again.